Can you confirm with News Nation that you're running for president?
Well, that would be a nice confirmation. There'd be a lot of people that would be very upset about that. But I think you're going to be very happy. I think people are going to be very happy at what I do. I was going to do something last night, actually, that would have made the place really happy. And so we're doing it a few days later. And I think people are going to be very happy, very impressed.
To your predecessor, who is about to launch another campaign. So how do you reassure them, if that is the reason for their questioning, that the former president will not return, or that his political movement, which is still very strong, will not once again take power in the United States?
Well, we just have to demonstrate that he will not take power.
In order to make America great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
There's breaking news out of Palm Beach, Florida. Former President Trump says his Mar-a-Lago home there is being raided by the FBI.
For the first time ever, a former president of the United States has been indicted.
Former President Donald Trump indicted for a second time.
A federal grand jury indicted former President Donald Trump. It marks the third time the former president has been indicted.
Breaking news on former President Trump. He's been indicted for the fourth time in 5 months.
Breaking news, this is an image that will be in the history books. This is the mugshot of the 45th President of the United States.
The optics of this is working to his advantage. Look.
Breaking news from Colorado, where the state Supreme Court has just disqualified former President Donald Trump.
Donald Trump found guilty on all 34 felony counts.
The total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Take a look at what happened.
The next president of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
I proudly accept your nomination for president of the United States.
Let Trumpomania run wild, brother!
So I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation.
She's going to my philosophy now. In fact, I was going to send her a MAGA hat. They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats.
Investigation underway after the second assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump.
As I was saying,
as you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA.
Get in there.
Let's go! I want to be a whale psychiatrist. I'm going for a job right now at McDonald's. I really wanted to do this all my life. I've now worked for 15 minutes more than Kamala.
The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
How do you like my garbage truck? This truck is in honor of Kamala and Joe Biden.
Here are our first projections. There, NBC News projects that Donald Trump has won the presidential election in Kentucky, Indiana. In West Virginia, Donald Trump is the winner. Florida, Tennessee, Missouri, Alabama, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Arkansas, Texas, North Dakota, South Dakota. NBC News also projects a winner in the Wyoming presidential race, Mississippi, Louisiana, Ohio, Kansas, Utah, Montana, Iowa, the state of Nebraska in the presidential contest, Idaho. The first swing state is North Carolina, going to Donald Trump. Donald Trump has prevailed in the presidential race in Georgia. Pennsylvania. NBC now projects he is the winner of Michigan and its 15 electoral votes. Donald Trump is the winner in Alaska, picking up 3 more electoral votes. Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin. He is the winner of this race and will return to the White House as this country's 47th president.
Hey, look what happened. Is this crazy?
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Monday. Labor Day. I never got Labor Day off when I was working retail. So I guess Labor Day holidays are for people with real jobs. So I don't know. Or fake jobs, I guess, because the people that had real jobs never got Labor Day off from my experience. People with like nice, cushy office jobs, they were the ones that always got Labor Day off. But like, you know, like if you actually had like a real job, then you never got Labor Day off. I don't know. That's how it worked for me. So I never really cared about Labor Day because I'm like, oh, there's just going to be more idiots in my store today. So whatever, right? So yes. Hello, everyone. We have a lot to talk about today. I apologize for not going live this weekend. I had football all weekend, which was awesome, but I also had some family obligations, helping out with my mom's rehab and recovery. So I just couldn't work it in between football and then, you know, having to deal with her on her recovery. So anyway, sorry I didn't go live, but we're here. We got a big week ahead of us. So let's get this party started. We've got, Bo, what's up, Bo? Briscoe for 20 says, hail Snake Pit. I love and hate all of you in here equally because inclusion is important, right? Yes. This is how the world should work right here. This is how the world should work. I love and hate all of you equally. Sounds like a gamer lobby. That's what it sounds like. So perfect super chat, sir. Good to see you. And Bo with another 20 says, orange super chat for Orange Man. Hell yeah. Let's fucking go. Thank you so much. For those that are asking, my mom had full knee replacement surgery. So she's good. It's a hell of a process. The recovery and the rehab process it's a lot. So a full knee replacement surgery. And then she's going to have her other knee done as soon as she's done with full recovery on this. So it's a long, long road for her, but she's doing good. Left-handed raccoon for $10 is hail to the 199 from Texas. Just pulled up a huge, lumber staple out of my tire. I'm loving spending my Labor Day afternoon stuck in the tire shop waiting lobby. Hope everyone has a better afternoon. Well, at least it didn't create like a serious situation for you, and at least you got it back to the tire shop. So guess we'll have an entertaining show for you to make up for it. How about that? But thank you so much. Happy birthday, Jessica, with $1. Jeremy's dad says, son, I'm done with Bama. It's Boomer Sooner now. Yeah, so Alabama got their ass kicked on Saturday. I was on Sports Wars. So, I have nothing to say other than Alabama is absolute trash. Like, it's bad. And I'm not going to spend all my time on this. I was on Sports Wars Sunday, so if you're interested in hearing my thoughts, but yeah, Alabama is not good. Not good at all. It's really fucking bad, actually. Kalen DeBoer needs to be fired. It's simple as that. So, Bo says, been a while since Super Chatted, but I never miss a show. Keep kicking ass, brother. Thank you, Bo. Good to see you, man. I appreciate you and your support. George says, this is the first Labor Day I've ever had off barbecue. Hell yeah. There you go. Laughing Age for 50 says, got my sparring match today, so wish me luck. God bless you guys. I'll try to stick around as long as I can, but I'm going to head off soon. If I can ask you something, what were you thinking when you were listening to the song? Well, I remember you talking about how, it connected with you, with your faith and things like that. And I definitely felt that. I think it's a really good song. I did listen to it in my truck on my system, and it sounds really freaking good. So, yeah, it's a really good song. I'm glad you told me about it. So I'm going to have it on my playlist now. So thank you, brother. And, good luck. You're going to have you got a sparring match today. So good luck. And thank you so much for the support, man. Thank you so much. Grant says hi to, Rick. Let's see. I'm making my dad watch. You're making your dad watch? Well, first of all, welcome to your dad. Secondly, I apologize in advance for any of my sarcasm or memes or whatever it is we do around here. So, but I'm obviously happy to have you here, and I hope you hang around. I hope you don't judge your son, because I judge people that watch this show too. I'm like, why do you watch this? Like, when I meet people in real life and they say like, oh, I love your show, I'm like, why do you watch my show? What's wrong with you? Let's see. Randy says Jeremy has a playlist gay. A playlist? What is a playlist? Or did you mean to say gay lisp? Happy birthday, Jessica, with a $1. Andrew CR says, glad to hear D-Day mom is doing good. Did her knee grow? I said it very slowly. Okay. John 3:16 says, I've gotten back in college to football this season. With that said, Jeremy, what the F happened to Alabama? What happened to Alabama is Nick Saban retired. That's what happened to Alabama. There's no other way to spin it. Nick Saban retired, and we're done. Like, we're back to the pre-Nick Saban days now. The Mike Shulas, the Mike Dubose, the Franchiones, the Mike Price. That's where we are. Alabama's screwed. Jay Hamilton says, Jeremy, I work in the catering side of the food service industry, and even I have Labor Day off, so I take offense to your statements. Hey, one of these days you'll probably have to work on Labor Day. Okay, one of these days. We'll see. But I'm glad you got the day off. I am. I'm glad you got the day off. Devil May Rage says, Jeremy, back from Florida last night to PA. Missed it already. Miami is freaking nuts, but awesome. I'll be back. PA sucks a fat one. Dude, there's no place like Florida. There really isn't, man. Florida is the best place in the world to live. I wouldn't live anywhere else. I love it. And there's just so much to do here. So, but I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad you had fun. That's the most important thing. Marine Rebel says, hey, man, Ole Miss, how about, wait, hang on. Hey, man, Ole Miss won. How did Bama do? Also, Kalen has a $70 million buyout. He's not going anywhere. I know. I trust me. I'm aware of that. It's so bad. Jeremy says, your Uncle Tim was dancing with the Pussycat Dolls. Gay Locata for $1. Steelstorm says that you were on Keno Casino with the rest of F&T. Congrats on finally making it, brother. I knew they would feature that. I knew they would. Does somebody have a link to that? I'll pull it up right now. I fucking love Keno Casino, dude. Keno Casino is the best. When they get rolling, man, it's absolutely fantastic. Alan Tanassi says, scanning in to Unit 199. What do you call a closet with two lesbians? A liquor cabinet. Hail to the figs in the chat. Happy commie day. Thank you so much, Alan Tanassi. Crazy Clown Town says, I work on a production line and I got the day off. See? Okay, there you have it then. So that's not a fake job. That's not a fake job at all. Okay, so we actually have some stuff to talk about, and let's jump right in on this one right here, because I want to go ahead and listen, man. A lot of people are excited about this. I don't know if I am, but a lot of people are. So we'll just start out with what a lot of people are talking about. Here we go. It's revealed that big pharma companies have been lying to President Trump for years about COVID vax data. So Trump is now calling out the drug companies for what happened during COVID. I don't know if I am excited about this or not. Now, the reason is because I think that they're just going to produce the same bullshit to the public as they've produced to Trump. I just don't feel like anything's actually going to come of this. I know everybody's excited about it, but I don't know, man. Everybody is going crazy over this one. But when I heard it, I was just like, all right, well, I mean, Trump's been praising Operation Warp Speed for years. And I don't know. It is very important that drug companies justify the success of their various COVID drugs. Many people think that they are a miracle that saved millions of lives. Others disagree with the CDC being ripped apart over this question. I want the answer, and I want it now. I have been shown information from Pfizer and others that is extraordinary, but they never seem to show those results to the public. Why not? So I just don't feel like anything's actually going to happen in this particular situation. Trump has been Trump has praised Operation Warp Speed to the detriment of his supporters. Like, he has been booed so many times over this. And I'm not one of these nothing ever happens people when every time, but in this particular situation, I don't expect anything to happen. I don't expect us to get any results that's going to satisfy anyone. And that's just where I have to leave it. Like, I'm glad other people are going crazy over this. They're like, finally, Trump's going to get involved. They're like, listen, I'm of the mindset of this. Bottom line is, I think Donald Trump got played during COVID. And I don't think that there's any debate to be had about that. I think Trump got played. And I don't know if he could have avoided getting played. But I never believed COVID was anything other than the flu. Now, I'm not a doctor. I have to say that. I'm not a doctor. Shockingly enough, the guy with fucking video games behind him and a MAGA sweatshirt is not a doctor. But I have to say that for retarded people out there, that I'm not a doctor. The guy that plays Mario Kart and Fortnite is not a fucking doctor. Shocker, I know. But for whatever reason, it happened and it completely derailed, the entire first term of the Trump administration. It did. And I firmly believe that that's why he lost in 2020. Now, again, in hindsight, we look back at that and say, well, it was actually the best thing that could have happened. And it truly was, from a standpoint of Trump is still in power and he's getting more done than he ever could have. But it doesn't take away from showing you exactly what the left is capable of. And in a lot of cases, almost everyone was in on the COVID thing. It was crazy. And they convinced people to wear masks. They convinced people to take 8 and 9 jabs. They convinced people to stay away from their families. They convinced people to stay indoors and sit in a corner and cry and, say their prayers to Fauci. It's wild. It's crazy. So I just don't expect anything to ultimately come from this. I truly believe Donald Trump was manipulated and played. And Trump truly is the master in almost every other circumstance. But in terms of COVID, I think he got played. I think he got played hard. And I don't think that he realizes it. To this day, I don't think Trump realizes that he got played. So we'll just have to leave it at that. I'm not as excited as everyone else, but I'm glad people are excited. So Val for 50 on Rumble says, hey, Jeremy, glad to see you on Rumble. I understand why you stay at CommieTube. Just want to say I'm glad that your mom is doing well. Sending prayers and good thoughts to you and your family. Well, thank you, Val. I appreciate that so much. And thank you for the support over on Rumble. Yeah, I mean, unlike a lot of, creators, I didn't need a contract to go to Rumble. I just went over to Rumble because I actually, believed in the platform, and I didn't need Rumble to throw a big contract at me. I go over there because the people there's a certain group of people that like watching us on Rumble. So there you go. But Rumble very much, I still say it's really the cool kids club. And if you're, it's a cool kids club and we're not part of it, but that's okay. But as long as the people that enjoy watching us over there are enjoying it, that's fine with me. Jeremy's dad says, IDOT Savant, Jeremy, save us from liberal women. Long Claw for 199. Piano Dean says, what do you call 100 lesbians with guns? Militia Etheridge. Star Wars and Stripes for $20. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. It says nothing. Eric K says, what do you call Alabama without Saban? I don't know where you're going with that one, but it's not good. I can tell you that much. Jeremy says, check out Tim Wall's video of himself dancing. I don't think that's really him. I think that's I'm pretty sure that's a deep fake. A lot of people thought that was really Tim Walls though. Phil says, who looks worse, current Greta with the new haircut or The Rock who lost weight? Yeah, so that's a big story right now. Everybody's talking about The Rock. Apparently he's disappearing. And then you've got the Greta. Let me see if I can find this picture of Greta. My gosh, man. I don't really even care to talk about Greta, whatever her name is, but this is a bad picture. This is a bad picture, man. I don't. Is this like memed or is this legit? Like, this can't be real. This can't be real. Is this real? Oh, man. It's real. I don't know what's real and what's like, I have no idea what's real and what's fake anymore. Like, I saw reports that the Melania Trump Vanity Fair thing was legit. I looked at it. I thought it was legit. Turned out it was AI. Like, I have no idea what the fuck is real anymore. But I don't know, man. I know that this picture right here, very reminiscent of this.
You need to settle down. You need to settle down and mind your business, okay? Ma'am, once again, ma'am.
I said both of you.
No, you said sir. Once again, it's ma'am.
I actually said both of you guys. It was a general.
Right beforehand, you fucking said sir.
Sir? Okay.
Motherfucker, take it outside. If you want to call me sir again, I will show you a fucking sir.
I apologize.
Motherfucker.
I apologize now.
That clip never gets old. Never gets old. But yeah, so I have no idea what's going on with this person, this Greta person. But I'm seeing a lot of pictures. Looks like the Iron Claw. Oh my gosh. It does. It really does. But you've got The Rock. The Rock apparently is going through some stuff. So The Rock shows up today in this right here, this shirt, and he looks really slim. He kind of looks like he's going the full Dave Bautista route, and everybody's talking about how small he's gotten and how he's lost all of his muscle mass and everything like that. So yeah, The Rock is, yeah, it's weird. I've got the video of it right here. Here's the video of it. The fuck? Playing that music? But so The Rock showing up. He does look a little bit like Obama, doesn't he? So there you have it. The Rock, maybe this is why he's not doing the final boss stuff in WWE anymore. I'm not sure. I mean, personally, I don't like Dwayne Johnson at all. I do like The Rock, the wrestler, but I find Dwayne Johnson to be a very unlikable human being. I think he's phony. I think he's fake. I think he's a fraud. I think he's a liar. I think he's a manipulator. And I think he's probably going to get into politics for those very reasons that I just said. I also think that he's going to run as a Democrat, and we'll see what happens. But yeah. By the way, you guys, we're talking about the Greta picture. Actually, so that one was photoshopped. I found the real picture of Greta. Here's the real picture right here. That is confirmed to be a real picture of Greta. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And honestly, she looks a lot better in this picture than the other one. She looks a lot better. I give her a lot of credit. And on the note of Greta, President Trump has floated the idea of reopening insane asylums. That's right. President Trump has floated the idea of reopening insane asylums for the mentally ill. Do we have enough insane asylums in the country to deal with the pronoun weirdos out there and gender confused freaks? Because that's a lot of insane asylums. She's not American. That's okay. We can still throw her in one. They are called Democrats. Yeah. Speaking of that, speaking of the fact that they're called Democrats, Democrats are struggling right now. big time. Got this video right here. Let's check this out.
Calling on his party to change course as Democrats struggle to recover from their election loss to President Trump.
The Democrats don't have a messaging problem. There's a results problem.
You were exposed as a liar, Wes Moore. You've already been exposed as a liar and a fraud.
The Democrats have to deliver results and stop being the party of no and slow and start being the party of yes and now, because the frustration that people have, it is real. It is real when people are saying that, you know what, I feel like my life situation has not changed. And so people are looking at all these things and saying, I'm done with all of you.
Gloria Romero is a former Democrat leader of the California State Senate. She joins me now. Gloria, great to see you as always. Do you agree with the governor of Maryland there?
Well, I agree that it is a messaging problem and a results problem, but we've already known that. That is the legacy of the Democratic Party. And it's interesting that the governor, even while saying that, he is still saying no to President Trump and the bringing in of the National Guard to actually get results done.
I think that's a really interesting point because everybody agrees that Wes Moore is extremely well-spoken. He is a very good politician and a very...
Did this guy just compliment a black man for being well-spoken? That's an interesting... Hey, this black man's really well-spoken.
Really interesting point because everybody agrees that Wes Moore is extremely well-spoken. He is a very good politician and a very good communicator. And that's why people are thinking about him as potentially the next big Democrat in the Democrat Party, the next big guy who could potentially run for president coming up in the future. But to your point, if you don't accept the president's help and you don't follow through with the things that he is doing to help the overall American people, what good are all those words? Getting back to what Wes Moore said, though, he said,
no bullshit. Like when's the last time you heard of like describe a white person as well-spoken? He's well-spoken white guy. He's a well-spoken.
It's more of a results problem than a messaging problem. I'm going to throw two more at you here, Gloria. Doesn't it also have to do with the fact that the far left positions that the Democrats take are not what the American people want? And doesn't it also have to do with Democrats' lack of authenticity when they go out there and try to talk normally to the American people?
Absolutely. And we just heard just a couple of days ago that the Democratic Party is now launching what they call SAM, Speaking with American Males. Remember a few years ago,
Is that a real thing? What? I got to hear that again.
we just heard just a couple of days ago that the Democratic Party is now launching what they call SAM, Speaking with American Males. Remember,
what? Democrats are, dude, Donald Trump has completely broken these people. Like, they are completely broken.
a few years ago, we had the life of Julia targeted to women. And basically the Democrats said, just marry the state and you'll be okay. So now they're playing the Sam card and basically saying nothing positive. They're just basically trying to scare American men that they cannot allegedly afford a bottle of beer. That is the message this Labor Day to American men. Well, let's not be shocked when we find out that that message is going to fail again. The Democratic Party has not achieved results, and in large part because they have essentially alienated half of the American people. They have claimed masculinity to be toxic. They have basically said and vilified American men and American workers. And what anybody wants, but I'm going to highlight men in particular because that ad was focused on men. They basically have vilified males by what? Telling them that they need tampons in their bathrooms. They need to transition, of course, to being a female. And according to a recent DNC vice chair, he was telling young men that basically young men just want to party and get laid. That is the message to American men still on this Labor Day, and it's going to fail again. They can play it again with Sam this time, but we shouldn't be shocked when they fail again.
This is amazing. This is amazing that they keep doing this. They keep showing how out of touch with reality they are. Dwayne Brock Johnson, 420, says, get off my back, man. It's hard getting off roids and being married to an angry black man named Mike. Oh, shit. I'm still like, remember like the well-spoken, and it made me think, because I was on Sports Wars this past Sunday to talk about football, and Ryan had an all-time clip. Look at this clip from Ryan right here. All right. It's an all-time clip from Ryan. Here we go. He's talking about, I think he's talking about people complaining that Arch Manning was not getting the same criticism as Shedeur Sanders, which is 100% bullshit, by the way. But listen to Ryan right here.
Pissing me off about the Arch Manning thing was seeing all of these fucking loser Shedeur Sanders fans who are like, why y'all not talking about Arch Manning the same way you talk about Shedeur? Just because his name, just because this, well, you're not talking about. And it's like, are you watching social media? Like,
one more time. It's so good.
anything was seeing all of these fucking loser Shedeur Sanders fans who are like, why y'all not talking about Arch Manning the same way you talk about Shedeur? Just because his name, just because this, well, you're not talking about. And it's like, are you watching social media? Like, they are making Arch Manning into a fucking 9/11 terrorist right now because of how bad he's playing. He was getting destroyed.
Oh, God. So funny. Thank you, Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier with the gifted membership. Thank you, Logan Miller with 5 gifted memberships. Let's continue this.
Just be normal. Like, if you're just normal, you will win elections, but they can't seem to do that. They're trying to do something else to win elections. Get the big guy, former President Barack Obama, the other big guy, not Joe Biden, former President Barack Obama, reportedly trying to help the Dems behind the scenes by boosting rising stars like New York City mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani and Texas State Representative James Tellerico. What does that tell you, Gloria, that they're going back to the past, going back to their guy, Barack Obama?
Well, it shows that there is no bench. There is no future. I have maintained, Todd, that the Democratic Party isn't just collapsing. It has collapsed. It is like gone with the wind. It will now be forevermore a party of the past, and it's not going to be resuscitated. The fact that they're bringing out Barack Obama, and I do applaud him for speaking out on fatherhood and support for male.
Oh, fuck off. Barack Obama destroyed the entire culture. Barack Obama pushed identity politics. Barack Obama created the anti-police narrative. Barack Obama single-handedly made race relations worse than they have been in my lifetime. Fuck Barack Hussein Obama forever.
But the rest of the message, though, it doesn't correspond with outcomes. And supporting a failed far left of center candidate for New York City, that is not the way that we're going to win the rest of the country. This is a country that believes in America. We believe in liberty and freedom. We believe in the rights of individuals and a strong economy coupled with strong leaders, whether male or female. The American people are not afraid of strength. And President Obama, unfortunately, is showcasing some of the weakest of the weak, and it's not going to work. It will fail again.
I also wonder if Obama is as influential as the Democrats think he is, because let's face it, he did somewhat stump for Kamala Harris, and we saw how that went. Gloria Romero, thanks for your time. Thanks for getting up with us. We appreciate it.
I mean, I think that Obama is not as influential as he once was. I think that he was massively influential at one point in time. I think that I think that the campaign, the Joe Biden and Kamala Harris campaign, I think significantly hurt Barack Obama's influence. You can't deny how popular he was and how influential he was at one point in time, which is why he had the ability to create all of the racial divide and racial tension in this country. But especially like him, that clip of him talking down to that group of black guys, basically chastising them for not voting the way that he deemed appropriate. I think that was a very terrible clip. That was a terrible clip for him. I think the Big Mike Obama podcast has been very bad for him. Just seeing Big Mike up there flexing and talking about, his workout routine and how he hangs out with Barack and out bench presses him, all of that. I think it's been very bad for Barack Hussein Obama. But, we'll see what ultimately happens from it. But the Democrats don't have anyone. They have no one with any influence, true influence anymore. Phil, I got that one. Operation 1 says Operation Warp Speed. There's got to be a Star Trek joke in there somewhere. Greedy Graffiti says Happy Labor Day from all of us working here today in the offices of Greedy Graffiti Corp. Psych, I'm at home on the couch eating burgers. Have a good one. Hell yeah. Enjoy it. And we've got college football tonight. We got Bill Belichick making his first game. This is the first game with Bill Belichick as the head coach of North Carolina. Apparently Michael Jordan is going to be there and others. I'm interested to watch it. So Jeremy the Cyborg says, Jeremy, did you see the vid about the drug company VP who admitted the jab was designed to harm and sterilize people? I don't know if I saw that one in particular. I don't know if I saw that one. Vlad the Man says, I used to watch Crowder every day, and then I found you. Now I watch you daily and very little of Crowder. I regret it every day. You sound like a CobraCast viewer, but I appreciate it. This is your typical D-Day Cobra viewer. Now I watch you daily and very little of Crowder. I regret it every day. I totally understand. Thank you so much. Nod says, looks like Jeremy without a hat. Spider Figure says, I got an idea, dude. Check it out. Now trending. Jeremy D-Day Cobra is dead. Meme the left, bro. Yeah, so that happened over the weekend. On Friday, the left decided that they were going to start spreading a rumor that Donald Trump is dead. And I'm watching this. It was so stupid. I was like, I'm not even going to go live to talk about this nonsense because it's so dumb. And they're so desperate for this. And it just shows you how deranged they are. Joe Biden can disappear for weeks at a time. Okay? But Trump, after having a three and a half hour, roundtable meeting with his entire team in front of the cameras, Trump's like not visible in the public eye for like a day, and they just lose their minds, and they're not backing off of this. Like, here's the Lincoln Project right here. As Trump health declines, he seems completely preoccupied with his likelihood of reaching heaven. Guess what, Donnie? It's too late for you. On the bright side, you'll spend eternity with your best friend, Jeffrey Epstein. Like, good Lord, dude. What is wrong with these people? Now, we know the Lincoln Project. We know how out of touch with reality they are, but it does open up a bigger discussion about how deranged the left is and how they went over and beyond to push this rumor about Trump's death. And it was so retarded that no one even took it seriously. And everyone's like, what are you guys talking about? TDS is truly the biggest problem in this country, and it's not even close. It's just watching them just invent more and more and more scenarios. It's crazy. Trying to find, there was one clip that I wanted to show you. Well, before we get to that, I'll go back to that one. What is this right here? And then Trump was basically just trolling everyone over it all weekend. And he went on a posting spree, and he was going crazy with the post. And that just upset all of these clowns even more. I'd like to find some of these clips if I can. It was just, it just shows you how fast the news cycle goes. I mean, it's Monday. All of this stuff happened Friday. Trump posted this and really triggered people right here. So he posts this. The world will soon understand nothing can stop what's coming. Dude, you should have saw the reaction. Holy crap, man. They were so triggered over this one. I saw so many, they were coming up with so many different scenarios for this. It was great. He had one post in particular, and he's like, he said something like, I upset stupid people, or I make stupid people go crazy, or something to that effect. I can't find it right now. I'm looking for it. Then Gavin Newsom posts this, and it doesn't even look like Newsom. It doesn't even look like him. They're so bad at the Photoshop. Like this, do these people even like? Tree Bear does a better job on the memes than this shit. Tree Bear made a post. Okay, Jessica, I'll check it out. Right here it is. Here it is. After a long 24 hours of Democrats swirling with conspiracy theories that he's terminally ill or passed away, President Trump posted this. I drive stupid people completely insane. There it is right there. So perfect. And this got them so mad. And they just start screeching even more. We got JMNZZ450. Says my brain, every time Jeremy takes off his hat, they found me. I don't know how they found me, but they found me. Run for it, Marty. Gotta go back. Gotta go back. Thank you, JMNZZ450. There's your next t-shirt. Make it happen. Thank you, brother. I appreciate the 50. Good to see you, man. Hadn't seen you in a little while. So good to see you. Laughing H for 20 says I'm probably gonna have my sparring session recorded. The problem is insecurity about being freaking ugly. Don't worry, I have the same insecurity, brother. It's okay. I'll probably post it in the Discord if that's all right with you. Where's a good place I could post it? Probably in the CobraCast Discord if you want to. But yeah, look, man, the bottom line is everybody's insecure. We're, you know, like Mark just said it in the chat, we're all ugly. Like, yeah, we're all ugly, so it's all good. Except for Sydney Sweeney and Anna Paulina Luna. They don't have to worry about that. Andrew CR says Greta can now sing What's Up He-Man version. David Foley says, did Greta get a haircut or a circumcision? Mike Zero Source says, looks like feminist Megatron. Phil Beller says, warp speed and 600K Chinese students are mistakes. The Good White says, it's the Pebble now. All the Mo Kisses says, just saw you were live. YouTube blows. Have I missed it? What's the plan for your glorious locks? I haven't looked, but where did we finish? The rule was, I got to say, I probably affected it, though, because I did not go live Saturday or Sunday. I don't know where we finished. Let's look. So the rule was, if I finish in the top 10 in Super Chats in the United States, I'll keep my hair. But didn't go live Saturday or Sunday. I don't think we were going to make it anyway, but let's see. So monthly. Here we are right here. Monthly for August. We are not in the top 10. We are 15th. 15th. That means I can cut my hair. That means I can cut my hair. Now, let's see how far we missed it, though. So we only missed it by... We only missed top 10 by $1,600. We only missed it by $1,600. If I would have went live Saturday and Sunday, we probably would have made it. 3 a.m. ballot drop. You're losing your powers of the grift. Yeah, we got beat by Dean Withers. I mean, that just kind of shows you how bad off we are at that point in time. So, and Crypto Hulk. Sabotage by not streaming. There's Kirsha. Hypnotic. I show speed. Fell off, bro. Yeah, we fell off big time. G&G 54th. Man. We fell off bad. We fell off bad. Well, at least we know I can cut my hair now. So we'll see. I don't know. If I do feel like if we would have streamed Saturday and Sunday, we probably would have made it. So, Jared the American says Westmore is just Obama. I bet he has a husband. Two Penny Puppet says The Rock is in a new movie called The Smashing Machine. It looks like a serious drama. Anyway, he looks like he's in whiteface. They whitewashed him. Sounds about right. Mr. Bentham says, how do you define males as Sam? Yeah, they missed a W in there, didn't they? Jeremy's dad says, thoughts on Apple's Savant TV series? I don't have Apple TV, so I'm not sure. Diz the Jizz says, a visited buddy, very woke area. After saying Andrew Schulz went on a 40-minute TDS dump, nearby people affirmed got cult vibes. That's your Democratic Party. Yeah, well, I heard something about, like, I guess they said Andrew Schulz is off the MAGA train or whatever. And I'm like, when was Andrew Schulz ever on the MAGA train? Let me look, see if I can find that one. Yeah, when was he ever MAGA? That's my question. Andrew Schulz MAGA. Yeah, right here. Andrew Schulz is officially off the MAGA train. The fucker was never on the MAGA train, yeet. I like this yeet account, but Andrew Schulz was never MAGA.
Only party right now that to me seems America first is the Democrat Socialist Party.
He's got to be trolling. He's got to be trolling.
Yep. Bernie is America first.
He's got to be trolling. This can't be serious.
Mamdani and all his ideas that he will not be able to execute, and I frankly think many of them are not good ideas, but he is no doubt New York first. The policies seem to want to help people here. That's what I care about. If MAGA wants to take this America first thing back, they got to start looking out for America. It doesn't seem like they're doing. Lying to Americans is not America first. There is one lie, which is Epstein did not have a blackmail ring on all these very influential people. And by saying that that didn't happen, you have to tell a lot of other little lies. Every one of them just pulls a little piece of thread away from the fabric. And we're starting to see right through right now, and it's just embarrassing.
See, the thing about this clip that I don't like is that Yeet is sitting here saying, like, Andrew Schulz is officially off the MAGA train. He was never on the MAGA train. Never. This guy he's a comedian, and he has a big show, and he got Trump on his show, and he interviewed Trump, and he laughed at Trump, and he made some jokes, and he's like, oh, Trump's great. He was never on the MAGA train. Never. So I'm not buying this shit at all. So, and I'm glad that Andrew Schulz now Andrew Schulz cares about Epstein. I'm glad now he cares about Epstein. And he thinks that Bernie is America first. Bernie, the guy that endorsed Hillary Clinton after Hillary Clinton stole his nomination. Get the fuck out of here, dude. With that said, this is a good account. Yeet's a good account. He is the TMZ for streamers. I agree. So, but that was not. I do not agree with the premise there that Andrew Schulz was ever on the MAGA train. John Jones says, I bet Newsom is just a fall guy for the Dems are promoting so they can run someone who looks less crazy by comparison. What's funny is he has no clue. Yeah, I don't know what their play is, honestly. I really don't. Let's see. Hang on. Henry says, D-Day Cobra, are you Trump's bodyguard or something? He doesn't know you. Stop being overly defensive. Henry, shut the fuck up. Henry, I'm more popular than you will ever be. I'm more popular in your own fucking family than you are. Your own family likes me more than they like you. You're so fucking poor you couldn't even send a super chat. So I did you a favor by highlighting your comment because I know you don't have any fucking money. Now, Henry, if you had any sense about yourself, you would know I've already criticized Trump during this fucking episode. So I know you have TDS. I know you have a small penis. I know you've never touched a vagina. I know your own family hates you, and I know you don't have any money. So that's why I highlighted your comment so I could address what you're saying, because I am a very giving person. So I'm doing handouts to the less fortunate. Go fuck yourself. Back to the people that actually have money. Alan for 50 says, I'm going to bet on Alabama, but I forgot. I was going to bet on Alabama, but I forgot. Happy mistakes. Hope you have had a good weekend. I clearly did not have a good weekend, but I'm glad that you did not bet on Alabama because you would have lost money. So, but thank you, Alan, for the $50 super chat. I appreciate it. Blue Eyed Scorpio says, been regretting it for 6 years. Ryan Miller says, I saw the Trump death rumors over the weekend and it was complete bullshit. And where was that same energy when Joe Biden was in office for 4 years? Exactly. Ozymandias says, just wanted to remind you that Alabama is 0-1. Honestly, I'd be surprised if they're not 0-2 after next weekend. And we're playing like Louisiana Monroe. So, let's see. Did Henry respond? Did Henry respond? Where you at, buddy? I'm looking for him. I don't see him. Thank you so much for streaming today. God bless you, brother. Well, thank you. Hey, listen, man, if the people enjoy it, that's all that matters. So back after finally getting set up in my new place. Hail the 199. Hail Trump. Also, the left is literally the left literally after are the party of hate. If I could read. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hail the 199. Jeremy, have you looked into super? Ricada uses them and you keep more of the money. Have a Beardo AI voice to stumble over super chats. I think it's better. Like, I just think it's more authentic to read the super chats because more memes are created. So I don't really want AI reading my super chats. I would rather having me or Beardo read them so we can make mistakes and people can roast us for it. I don't really want AI to do it. You know what I'm saying? So John Jones says, got a pizza oven recently. And for Labor Day dinner, I make the best pizza in all of Florida. Hell yeah. Beardo is AI. Well, that's true. He responded. What did he say? Did he respond? Jeremy Cyborg says, message it to you. Steelstorm says, Jeremy got topped by a twink. That's just sad. Redeemed Patriot says, sorry, dude. I just won't sell my silver gold. You don't have to. He said, I don't care what you say. Oh, I said, I don't care what you say. Okay. Well, as long as you're here watching, that's all that matters, right? You know what people that don't care what I have to say do? They don't watch me, you fucking retard. I said, I don't care what you have to say. Then why the fuck are you watching me? Because you find me attractive? Well, that's weird. If you don't care what I have to say, then that means you're watching me because you find me attractive. Henry, I'm not gay. It's a meme. So if you're not watching me because you don't care what I have to say, that means you're watching me because you find me attractive. That's a whole different level of weird. It's a meme, Henry. They don't literally mean I'm gay. It's things friends say to each other. So I'm not gay, Henry. So now you have no reason to watch. You don't care what I have to say, and now you found out that I'm not your type. So now why are you watching? Stream Hero says, this doesn't count. You didn't go live long enough for us to get a chance. The deal was rigged. We, the chat, demand a do-over and a turnaround lesson. Big Who says, to grift Henry. Hey, look at there. Look at there. Henry already making me money. Make 7 says, don't listen, Henry. He's totally gay. Southeastern Kaiju says, CobraCast 199, just not the same without Saban. Jeremy's dad says, no, check out the Savant trailer, retard. Oh, okay. I'll have to do that on Geeks and Gamers. Although, however, we do have something to talk about in reference to that. Because, and we're going to talk more about this on Main Event, probably. Big Who says, make money off Henry. I'm trying. We got stuff to talk about, too. I don't want to get too distracted. But check this out, okay? And I mean this. I sincerely mean what I'm about to say, okay? If you've never watched Geeks and Gamers, maybe you've never heard this, all right? But the bottom line is, well, first, John freaking Murdoch for $100. Hey, Jeremy. And so the new week begins. Oh, and I am watching you, but you are not attractive. Mod lives matter. Chat lives matter. Happy birthday, Jessica. Oh, fuck. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. Mr. Pithos says, seeing Bernie endorse Hillary after all the BS turned a lot of people to MAGA. I was one. After months of trashing her, he bent the knee. Weak man. Absolutely weak. Absolutely. Jim says, Jeremy, did you see what they did with Jesus Christ Superstar in California? It's horrible. I did not see that. I did not. I'm not sure I want to know. Slain Hope says, anyone who wasn't red pilled by Bernie is a Momo? I don't know what that is. Nas says, I'm not gay. It's a meme. Sounds like something a gay man would say. Mr. Bithos says, Jeremy isn't here to be easy on the eyes for you, Henry. Thrashfly says, Jeremy not being gay is just like Bro Island not being gay. Tim Bob says, have you seen the anti-immigration protests in UK, Australia, and Japan? Seems like the world is finally waking up. I have, and I agree with you completely. So right here, shockingly enough, I know it's a shocker, but women aren't built for online video games, all right? This person posted this right here and says, I just want to show you guys how draining it is to play as a woman. Yes, I know these guys will likely get banned. Yes, I have reported them. So let's listen to this. This is this girl is offended over this right here.
He's on the right side. Get in there and kill him. You just made it yourself.
Dude, can you shut the fuck up when I'm trying to clutch, please?
You dumb bitch.
I'm trying to clutch up, low-key, trying to throw a grenade at my own feet. Now I'm embarrassed, so all I can do is lash out because Daddy never told me no.
God damn!
Bro, why? I just want one good game.
I'm trying to have a little fun, you fucking limp dick, fat fuck.
And she, of course, turned off replies. Okay.
Remember that one round where you dated yourself and then blamed us? Sorry about that.
And then you had enough self-importance to think that anyone gives a fuck about your opinion. And then you think that you can get our accounts, man, because you know Gabe and you're PMing him right now, feet pics.
Gaben's my best friend.
Wait till I get a hold of Valve. You're on stream to fucking 12 viewers. And they all fucking buy my feet pics.
Yellow, shut your mouth. Yellow, shut the fuck up. You're a solo queue. You're 2 and 7. You're 2 and 7.
Bro, your buddy is 8 and 4. What do you mean?
You're 8 and 4. What do you mean? I'm talking, dumbass. Open up your fucking ears.
A man's talking. Be quiet, you fat bitch.
Be
Dye
quiet.
your hair and your dad might love you. Keep dyeing your hair and getting more piercings. Your father may care for you.
Okay, he's kind of cooking me.
So, like, the fact, and then she plays the victim saying, stop DMing me to, you know what, over a tweet. Dude, it's the fucking internet, dude. This is what happens. Everybody talks shit on the internet. Everyone. You are not special because somebody in a game lobby said something mean to you. Welcome to the internet. Welcome to online gaming. If you are in an online game and you decide to go into a public game chat, I have no sympathy for you. Everybody that plays video games knows don't go into a public game chat unless you just want people to shit talk you, okay? Also, what they were saying was nothing compared to what used to get said. That was tame. That was not, dude, my chat says things worse to me than what those guys just said to her. It's ridiculous. And now Twitter is, what's going to happen with this clip is that all these gaming companies and all these virtue signalers, they're all going to sit there and pretend that she is the victim of this horrible harassment campaign because no man has ever had anything said to him in a game lobby. No. Never. No man has ever had anything said to him in a game lobby. It's only women that get attacked. And that's the narrative that they're going to build from this. Play the clip of the chick that has the good comeback. Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know if I have that one. I think I had to delete that one because I needed space. But that one chick had the best reply of all time. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I don't have that clip anymore. But that one girl had the best response ever. So anyway, it's just ridiculous. I wanted to play this. We'll probably talk about this more on Tuesday night's main event for sure. But what I'm frustrated with is the amount of attention that this is already getting and the narrative that's going to be built around this. I wish I could find that clip of that girl responding. Let me see if I can find it. Girl. Let's see here. It's the greatest response ever, but I don't even know how to look it up. It's from so long ago. I don't know if anybody has that clip. Cam Man, I don't know if you know how to find that clip. She destroyed that dude, and I was like, hell yeah. I can't find it right now. Let's see. No. Can't find it. But anyway, that's going to be a huge story, I think, on the world of Twitter and the victim narrative that gets built for sure. John Murdoch, 450, says, I stand corrected. Jessica says, it's Happy Jessica now. Man, I'm behind the times. You missed one stream, man. You missed one stream. Gaming girl, your dad response to troll. Is that how I type it up? Let's see here. Trying to see if that's it, but not showing up on the search. Oh, well. I wish I wouldn't have deleted that. I probably still have it downloaded somewhere. I need to put it back in the clips section. But thank you, John. I appreciate it. You missed one stream and you don't even know what's going on around these parts anymore. John for 10 says, hey, Jeremy, you are special. Very, very special. And slow, Jeremy. Slodo goes mobile. Is this it? All right, here it is. Okay. Thank you, Jessica, as always. Jessica, looking out. Okay, right here. Share this. See, this is how you respond, okay? This is perfect.
Shut your goofy ass up and go back to the kitchen. You're 35. Go make your kid a sandwich.
I'm going to fuck your dad and give him a child he actually loves.
Yes! Yes! This is such a good response. Holy shit. One more time.
Shut your goofy ass up and go back to the kitchen. You're 35. Go make your kid a sandwich.
I'm going to fuck your dad and give him a child he actually loves.
That is legendary, all right? So that's all you have to do, man. Don't play the victim. Don't whine. Don't claim it's sexism. Don't claim you're being targeted. It's toxic men. Just talk shit back. That's it. Like, I've heard people say that this chick actually, like, is, like, she's probably somebody that hates me or hates what I do, you know, probably hates Trump supporters. I don't care what her politics are. This was an awesome comeback. And that's the bottom line on it. Don't need to know her politics for that. The Bob says, oh, I got that one. Jeremy's dad says, Henry, my son will oil wrestle you in our front yard. Big Who says, by the way, I had a total hip replacement. Not fun. Prayers to your mom, bro. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot for her. Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier, but they get the membership. Thank you. John Jones says, Tree Bear has a new D-Day meme. Oh my God. All right. So Jessica said she sent this to me. Let me find what Tree Bear's done. Oh, Lord have mercy. Jesus, Tree Bear. What is wrong with you, Tree Bear? Like, how do you are a deranged individual, bro. Like, seriously. Like, that is bad. But speaking of her shirt, check this out. The U.S. has now suspended nearly all visa approvals for Palestinian passport holders, per the New York Times. They'll no longer be able to travel to America for college, business, or medical treatments. Stop bringing in people who hate our country. Deport the ones who are here too. Let's freaking go. I support that completely. Hell yeah. Get them out. Get them the F out. So that's pretty awesome right there. Now, liberals are hoping for a Trump impeachment. They are hanging on to everything they can, dude. Like, these people are broken, man.
Holy shit, y'all. Representative Al Green just introduced House Resolution 415 to impeach DJT. And I took a look at it, so you don't have to. Here are all the main takeaways. Okay, so the overarching theme of HR 415 is that Trump essentially abused his presidential power to act as a self-serving authoritarian instead of a leader that is beholden to the Constitution. With the specific legal and constitutional violations made by Trump being things like violating due process, defying judges, threatening judges, and overall just undermining democratic institutions. So in essence, the one formal article of impeachment is about him being an authoritarian and abusing his overall presidential power. And then those things that I just listed are like the mechanisms through which he did that. So even though that, kind of sounds like it's all over the place, there is one thing that is kind of central to all of this and ties it all together, which is his illegal deportation of Kilmar Abrego Garcia, and then the subsequent defiance of multiple.
It never ends with these clowns, dude. It never ends. So this is basically where they are. 2050. They got Trump this time. Hey, they got him, guys. Hey, we finally got Trump. We're going to get Trump this time, everyone. It's over. We got him, boys. We're taking him down this time. This is where liberals will be. Good Lord, man. Like, I just don't understand it. John Jones says, I got that one. Babo Yogi says Powerball lottery is up to 1.1 billion. Buy a ticket. Show it on stream. If you hit, give it to the mods because you really suck. Mod lives matter. Thank you, Babo Yogi. Patriotic Eagle says she would not last an hour in OG Modern Warfare 2 lobbies. No, not at all. Andrew says she would never survive Black Ops 2 lobbies. Are you guys going to make me pull up the freaking lobby now? Modern Warfare 2 lobbies. Modern Warfare 2 lobby. Let me see here. These are so good, dude. Wait for it.
I'm just sitting here drinking right now. I got the right to say what the fuck I want to say. What the fuck? I'm supposed to be quiet like you little bitch ass motherfuckers while you got a microphone on. Say what the fuck you want to say. Say what's on your mind. What do you want to say? You fucking nigger. You say it, man. Be a man about it. Shut the fuck. Be a motherfucking man about it. Say white power. Say it. White power.
White motherfucking power. Now shut
White power then. God damn it. White power, bitch.
White power. Shut the fuck up.
You got a microphone and you telling people to shut the fuck up. Why you got it, bitch? You waste all your mother money and shit, and you don't talk on it, bitch. What you want to talk to your goddamn little gay ass friends when they online with you? They ain't online with you now. They ain't talking about dicks and shit. Shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up. I'll come over your house and kick a motherfucking Xbox to the floor.
Yeah, hey, come over. Your my address?
No, I'm just. I'll probably come over there and fuck everything moving over there. Except the males.
Oh shit.
I'm sitting.
Oh, fucking love those days, man. And hearing that music, hearing the Modern Warfare 2 lobby music is so good. So good. Yeah, but she couldn't handle that. Boomy Bob says to make it even funnier, she's playing Face It CSGO, which is basically path to pro CSGO, and pro CSGO players are way worse. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, I think that she was intentionally trying to find a clip so she could play the victim. That's what I feel like. Packet Proton says, has the gay host talked about his hair care yet? I don't have any hair care. That's the problem. I don't even care. I don't even know. Like, I don't do anything to my stupid hair. I just put a hat on. NTR says, Jeremy, I can fix her. Emerald Eye says, if you can't handle the trash talk, don't get in the dumpster with the raccoons. Whining about trash talk in a game is soft as baby doo-doo. Yep. Dio Brando says, Dwayne The Rock Obama. Cramerica Industry says, yo, Jeremy, Airwolf is badass. But do you remember Street Hawk? Street Hawk. I don't know if I remember Street Hawk. Yeah, Airwolf was amazing, though. Andrew CR says, honey, call your boyfriend. They got him. NTR Uncle says, a dude loves that giving AIDS isn't a felony in Cali. What? Zinni Biscuits says, factory worker got the day off with pay. Happy Jimmy Buffett Day. Buckle up. Hell yeah. All right, next up. Oh my God, Tree Bear, that freaking picture that you had. You gotta prepare me for that stuff, man. Every time I play COD, I hear rap music in the mic and smoke detector chirps. Okay, so this right here is a business owner, and she says this right here.
I was really upset to realize that Trump took away the Equal Employment Opportunity Act. Obviously, as a woman, that is scary. But you know what I just realized? As a small business owner, I can start asking people who they voted for. And if they tell me Trump, I can refuse to hire them. So Fuck yeah. I'm going to start discriminating against Trump supporters. Good luck, everyone else.
Hey, listen, I'm completely fine if we can bring back discrimination. I'm completely fine with that. Let's bring back discrimination. Let's go ahead. Let's play it by your rules. So that means everybody gets to discriminate. If everybody gets to discriminate, I'm okay with that. Go ahead. You can discriminate against me being a Trump supporter, and I can discriminate against whoever I want. And at the end of the day, we'll see who's happier in life, okay? We'll see who's happier in life. Because I promise you, I will be much happier. Okay? End of discussion there. Good luck finding. Yeah, I mean, if your idea is that you're not going to hire Trump supporters, good luck with whoever you are going to hire then. I hope that works out for you. We'll see how that works out for you. You're going to actively not hire Trump supporters. So that means you're going to hire Democrats with pronouns in their bio who are always going to be offended and never want to do anything. Okay. Good on you. We also had CBS has deceptively edited Kristi Noem. Now, this is after Trump won a lawsuit against them for their deception. They've done it once again to Kristi Noem.
And the one thing that we will continue to do is to make sure that he doesn't walk free in the United States of America. This individual was a known human smuggler, MS-13.
Left all this out, by the way. All they left was that first little section, and then they cut all of the other stuff out because they don't want people to actually hear the truth.
And the one thing that we will continue to do is to make sure that he doesn't walk free in the United States of America. This individual was a known human smuggler, MS-13 gang member, an individual who was a wife beater, and someone who was so perverted that he solicited nude photos from minors. And even his fellow human traffickers told him to knock it off. He was so sick in what he was doing and how he was treating small children. So he needs to never be in the United States of America. And our administration is making sure we're doing all that we can to bring him to justice. And the one thing that we will...
I mean, at some point in time, though, I have to ask the question as to why does the administration continue to talk to these clowns? Why do they keep talking to the mainstream? I mean, again, they're walking right into their trap because they're probably going to sue them again. So, I mean, from that perspective, yes, they won. But why do they even continue to talk to these mainstream outlets that they know are liars and will manipulate? You know? But we'll see what happens with this one. But I do think that you're going to hear some response from the administration over this because this is a serious problem. CBS has already been sued for this once. So it feels like to me that they can even get a bigger lawsuit against them. Also, left-wing protesters in Chicago are flying Mexican flags to protest President Trump lowering crime rate. Imagine that. President Trump lowering crime rate in the United States of America. And so the protesters decide we're going to protest lowering crime rate by waving the Mexican flag in the United States of America. Good Lord. It looks miserable. Looks miserable there. I mean, I'm not too familiar with Chicago, but I mean, I know that like certain elements of Chicago have been really bad for a while with all of their crime, and we've heard a lot of the reports. And I mean, right here,
the nation's capital a crime-free zone as a result of his federal takeover, and he's still considering expanding his crime crackdown to other cities after Chicago faced a violent holiday weekend.
Alexandria Hoff joins us live from Washington with the very latest. Good morning, Alex.
Well, good morning to you. There were multiple mass shootings this weekend in Chicago. At least 43 people were shot, 7 fatally. And Governor J.B. Pritzker maintains that the National Guard is only necessary in an emergency, and he feels there is not one. Yesterday, he responded to that and the Trump administration ramping up immigration enforcement.
We hope that they don't send any troops along with ICE. And if they do, they'll be in court pretty quickly. Because that is illegal. Posse Comitatus does not allow U.S. troops into U.S. cities to do, to fight crime, to be involved in law enforcement. That's not their job.
DHS Secretary Kristi Noem was asked about potential plans to deploy the National Guard to cities like Chicago. Listen.
There's a lot of cities that are dealing with crime and violence right now, and so we haven't taken anything off the table. We've been making sure that we have the resources and the equipment to go in. We've been working to partner with every single agency that we can.
Well, President Trump stating yesterday, D.C. is now a crime-free zone in just 12 days. Now, here in Washington, since federal reinforcements arrived, the White House says over 1,500 arrests have been made and over 150 firearms taken off the streets. Local Democrat leadership was quick to cite falling crime rates as a reason why the DOJ takeover of the police force was not necessary. But the Washington Post editorial board acknowledged that, quote, there are legitimate reasons to be skeptical of the city's published crime statistics. That's in reference to an investigation into whether D.C. police cooked the books to make the crime rate appear lower prior to being federalized. Guys.
And that is not a good thing. Alexandria Hoff live for us, Alex. Thank you.
I hope the Democrats continue to just show how much they are against crime being ended. They've already ruined themselves with how they've approached identity politics, and they've destroyed their entire opportunity to have power from that perspective. Now they're just showing Americans, everyday Americans, that, yeah, we don't want to end the crime in these blue cities. We want to keep the crime up, and we're going to work against President Trump, who's trying to end the crime. That's not a winning play in any scenario. So go ahead and do it. Go ahead.
Thank you. Let's bring in Chicago radio host and resident Ray Stevens. Ray, how many more innocent people have to die on the streets of Chicago for Governor Pritzker and Mayor Johnson to, quite frankly, swallow their pride, admit they were wrong, admit they have a problem, and welcome Donald Trump's crackdown there in the Windy City?
This is the thing, though. The Democrats have made it impossible to support anything Donald Trump does because they've basically they've basically called Trump Hitler and the devil for the past 10 years. So they can't work with Donald Trump at this point. It's impossible because they've done that to themselves, because they've boxed themselves in. Why would you want to work with literally Hitler? Why would you want to work with the devil? Why would you want to work with a criminal? Why would you want to work for a felon? They've done this to themselves.
Todd, it just doesn't make any sense, but it's condition and response, right? We've been going through this in Chicago for years and years and years, especially under the Biden administration. But here's what they'll say. Here's what the Democrat leaders will say. They'll say, oh, well, you know what? By statistics, the crime numbers are down. And you and I both know that you can manipulate numbers to your favor. They took away Shot Spotter. And you think about it, 43 shot, 7 dead. Now, people will say, well, back in the 90s in Chicago, there were 700 to 800 murders a year. All this really does is show you how good first response and triage has become to save these people. But to your point, I don't want one person shot here in Chicago. Chicago is probably 2,500 police officers down because nobody wants to do this job anymore. That's where the rub lies, right there. We need more officers. We need people to prosecute crime. And I don't understand why the hill that the Democrats want to die on is, dead citizens and dead kids each and every weekend. 43 shot in Chicago on a weekend. That's normal news. It's not an outrageous or unrealistic number right now. And we got a day to go.
But my question is Chicago like New York, to where people get arrested and they're in and out of jail before the paperwork's done with the police department, and these are the same people who are committing the crimes over and over? Because when you look at the stats, I mean, crime...
There's nothing complicated about it. Democratic leadership is the problem. Democratic leadership is always going to be the problem. As long as you have Democratic leadership, you're going to continue to see these things happening over and over again. because they don't actually care about the problems. That's the most simple way to put it. And as long as that is as long as that's at the source of it, you're never going to change any of it. Never.
Is up all around in Chicago. So it makes you wonder, are these the same people committing these crimes?
Well, we've got the Safety Act here. I believe Illinois was the first state with the Safety Act. There's no safety within the Safety Act. Our mayor, Mayor Brandon Johnson, last week said that jailing is racist and it doesn't work. So, yeah, you commit a crime, you go back out on the street, 9 times out of 10, same people are doing the crime. And you can see what happens. I mean, look at those numbers you have right there. We're talking about homicides. Nobody mentions carjackings. There was a beatdown last weekend in the Gold Coast where a guy had his eye socket smashed. I thought the guy was dead. We didn't even talk about stuff that goes on in the Gold Coast. Is the nicest of the nice neighborhoods. And I know that the men and women and the people that live in some of Chicago's hardest hit communities, they want safety. And there's a lot of people here. They won't say it to your face. They want the guard here, and the guard, I think, will be here this week.
You mentioned Mayor Johnson. He's pushing back against not only Trump's crime crackdown, but also the immigration crackdown that Trump is threatening there for the Windy City. Let's take a listen to what he said about cooperating with ICE.
He is the biggest threat to our democracy than we've experienced in the history of our country. What his ultimate desire is to...
The fact that they replaced Beetlejuice with Brandon Johnson is incredible. It's really incredible.
To come into our city, to break the Constitution, and to break our democracy, and to break our city. And Chicago is going to remain firm in our position.
So to be clear, if I'm hearing the mayor properly, illegal migrants breaking the law is democracy. Trying to stop them is a threat to democracy. What do the people of Chicago think about that, Ray?
Hey, Todd, I need to tell you, there's a whole movement in Chicago. Chicago flips red. Chicago turns red. People have had enough. They're tired of immigration money being sent to people that are here illegally when their kids are in schools and they can't read, they can't write, they can't do math. That's a fact in a city that's $1.5 billion behind in a budget.
And I got to show. This reminds me. This was back when Lori Lightfoot was in power. Ben Shapiro uploaded a video about her, and it's still one of the greatest thumbnails I've ever seen. This is amazing. It's amazing, but it's also very disrespectful to Bain. But it's pretty. This is a pretty amazing thumbnail. It really is. Kind of disrespectful to Bain. Pretty damn awesome, though.
At this point in the year, it's just ridiculous. So to sit here and think that you're doing the city a favor by saying you're protecting them, by not protecting them, I don't get it. I'm here to tell you, Chicago and Illinois is going to see a change real soon.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, they voted him in, but is this really what they want? So it'll be interesting to see what happens when his time comes up here. Ray, Steve.
Yeah, it's rough, but it's not quite as bad as the next topic that we're going to talk about. The next topic that we are going to discuss, ladies and gentlemen. Let me read some super chats first before we go to our next topic, because our next topic, it's going to be interesting to see how the chat responds. Okay. See how the chat responds. Let's see. Chris for 4547. Chicago is a hellhole. Did you ever see the Dave Portnoy One Bite Pizza review in Chicago? Carjacking caught on tape. Go in, Trump. We are with you. I didn't see that one. No, I didn't, actually. I'll have to look that one up. But I believe it for sure. Thank you for the $45.47 super chat. Very, very nice. Thank you, sir. Yeah, well, I'll look that Portnoy video up. Zinni Biscuit got that one. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, you got that one. Galo Cada for Tuesday. Is Cada going to be on Tuesday Night's Main Event tomorrow? He should be. He should be there tomorrow. Lying Dog Faces. The military sends surgeons to Chicago to train because of the plentiful gunshot injuries. Alonzo says, here's 5 for Henry. Look at there, Henry. You're still making me money, brother. Jason J says, it's settled down, or it's settled law. Cops have no legal obligation to protect or save anyone. If you want cops to protect you, change the law. If not, you're on your own. Thank you, Jason. Piano Dean says, once you see that the only goal of Democrats is to remain in power by keeping a majority of people dependent on them, you can never unsee it. Absolutely correct. Absolutely. Okay, so now we get to talk about our favorite topic around here, ladies and gentlemen. Rosie O'Donnell. That's right. Rosie O'Donnell has apologized to MAGA. You guys want to hear Rosie O'Donnell's apology to MAGA? Here it is right here.
Hi, everybody. It's Rosie O'Donnell, star of the Flintstones. Listen, I have a cold sore. I know. Happens. Get run down, you know? Anyway, I know a lot of you were very upset about the video I made before I went away for a few days. I didn't go online and haven't seen them till today. But you are right. I did not do my due diligence before I made that emotional statement. And I said things about the shooter that were incorrect. I assumed, like most shooters, they followed a standard MO and had standard, feelings of NRA loving kind of gun people. Anyway, the truth is I messed up. And when you mess up, you fess up. I'm sorry. This is my apology video, and I hope it's enough.
There's only one thing to do from here.
Disgusting. I mean, both inside and out. You take a look. Well, Rosie O'Donnell's disgusting. I mean, both inside and out. You take a look at her. She's a slob. She talks like a truck driver. Rosie attacked me personally because I was very happy when her talk show failed. The other thing that failed, and this was a real monster, and everybody was suing her, was her magazine. Her magazine called Rosie was a total disaster. So I loved it. I gloat over it. I think it's wonderful because I like to see bad people fail. Rosie failed. I'm happy about it. She's basically a disaster. Well, she called me a snake oil salesman. And, coming from Rosie, that's pretty low because when you look at her and when you see the mind is weak. I don't see it. I don't get it. I never understood. How does she even get on television? I believe Barbara made a terrible mistake putting her on, and I think Barbara's probably paying a big price. If I were running The View, I'd fire Rosie. I mean, I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers. I'd say, Rosie, you're fired. We're all a little chubby, but Rosie's just worse than most of us. But it's not the chubbiness. Rosie is a very unattractive person, both inside and out. Rosie's a person that's very lucky to have her girlfriend. And she better be careful or I'll send one of my friends over to pick up her girlfriend. Why would she stay with Rosie if she had another choice? She's trying to use ABC and The View to get even with me. But with me, we fight back. I'll probably sue Rosie because she doesn't tell the facts. As an example, I'm worth many billions of dollars. Now, she said I was bankrupt. I never went bankrupt. So probably I'll sue her because it would be fun. I'd like to take some money out of her fat ass pockets. I actually think they ought to look at her whole life and see where she's coming from because I think she's got some very deep-seated problems. Perhaps it should be Rosie that goes to rehab. Rosie is a loser.
It never gets old. It never gets old. So there you have it. Rosie O'Donnell's apology rejected. We don't care. We don't like you, Rosie. Nobody likes you. Nobody respects you. But I do have breaking news for all of you. Many of you have asked, and you guys know that this is the #1 source for news on the internet, CobraCast 199. You guys wanted to know what exactly was going on with The Rock. I have the truth about The Rock. I have found out the truth. We now know what happened to The Rock. Everybody's going crazy because he's so much smaller and thinner now. Well, we know now what happened. Here we go.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking. The Rock says, The Rock.
There you have it. There you have it. So that's what happened to The Rock. So The Rock could not handle Orange Man bad. We know this now. It's confirmed. One more time, we can even watch the replay. But The Rock found out real quick that the Don is not going to fuck around with you. So that's what happened to him. Dave Bautista too. This is exactly what happened to Bautista. I love how he just looks at him. And you guys are thinking like, oh, Trump's this, Trump's that. Trump is a young, vibrant man.
I just feel like a young man. I'm so young. I can't believe it. I'm the youngest person. I am a young, vibrant man. I look at Joe. I don't know about him. I don't know. Macho man, yeah.
And there we have it. Let's see here. Do you guys remember, was this when, I guess this is this video of when Greta was there and then Trump was there and she gave him this evil look or whatever? You guys remember this? Oh, they moved her. Oh, that's what it was. So they moved her because the Don was coming through and she hated it. It's always a moment with Trump, dude. It's never ending. Okay. Where did you send me? Waiting for it to refresh. Got that one. Savage Cashew says, for the love of all things holy, you got to give us a warning before plopping the beast on the screen. I know. Oh, no. Gay Locatus has DM'd you, Milton199, about a Lori Lightfoot meme, and I just saw it. Wow. That is rough. That is rough. Honestly, I could see it. I absolutely could see that. Okay, we're going to call it here because I'm going to go live again later tonight. So we're going to do another CobraCast later tonight. I'm trying to do 2 a days if I can, most days, especially to catch up for the, since I wasn't here this weekend. So I will go live later tonight where there's going to be more news to drop all through the day. So make sure probably around 7 tonight, 7 Central, which would be 8 Eastern. So let's see. Trying to see. Get your grift up. I'm trying. On Rumble, we got Mod Eric says Florida State player celebrated by getting shot in critical condition. Gotta love Tallahassee. Did that happen? Another Mexican influencer and her family killed in Mexico. Esmeralda and her husband and kids, 13 and 17, found in a truck wrapped in plastic. What? Oh my God, that's awful. Jesus. Yeah, Tallahassee sucks. So, okay. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you again later tonight. So I hope you have a good evening. And we'll have another CobraCast a little bit later. Bye, everyone.